That's it. That's the angle. Like right here, you have good symmetry, good distance between like these like little roof on both sides. So like actually maybe, yeah, really just here it's like
Well, that's
perfectly.
rough, isn't it? So,
28 is a bit too tight.
I mean, you can get landscape shots, but very tight in terms of.
At 28, I don't.
Yeah.
I just much
Oh mate, the close looks sick.
cut like the reflection a bit.
Right, that's me done. I'll see you in a bit. I've got the fucking shot, mate.
So this is when you have all the Sony and everything, but you don't have a wide angle. You use the phone, RAW 48 megapixel wide angle, like so. Or this one. Earlier this month I had the chance to go on a road trip across Nagano with my friend Scott House, and we didn't go there to look for the best restaurants or to do some sightseeing or relax in the onsen. This was a proper photography trip. It was just the two of us driving around and chasing colors, looking for peaceful everyday scenes in smaller towns. And during this trip, and even more so after coming back, I realized once again something. The best investment you can make for your photography is not a new camera, a new lens or another useless accessory. The best way to spend your money is to go on a good old photography trip. It doesn't have to be super long, but it must be a dedicated one. A trip where photography is the main character, not squeezed between activities, not pushed aside because your family and friends are waiting for you, or because you spend tons of time looking for the next place to eat. Yeah, I'm guilty of that one way too often. When you finally make that kind of space for yourself and your photography, I see three things happening. 1. You take good photos and that's pretty obvious. 2. You gain confidence and actually way more than you think. And 3. You learn real lessons about yourself as a photographer. But let's go back to the first one. When you give it the time, the space, and when shooting is your main intention for the day, the results almost always follow. You're more observant, you notice even more things, and you are also more likely to be more patient. No one is waiting for you either, so you can get the shots that needs you to wait for someone to come or for the sun to go down or whatever else. Your brain enters that photography mode and you also adapt your itinerary to match that. If a small village with nothing to do is your kind of stuff, you can go there. I'm not sure you can convince your wife or anyone not into photography to stop in the most random sleepy town. And in the end, even if you don't get the best shots, it still gives you material to chew on and a game plan for an eventual second visit to the locations you went through. This is pretty much the most backlit front facing the sun you can do, but so there was something here to play with. Of course you need to sacrifice some details in those like most bright areas, but then everything else is nice and contrasty, colorful. Creates a nice like circle around.
Just in the fads.
Nice flow in the shot.
Good for the ICD, as I always say. But yeah, the rule of threes. The main man himself. The rule of threes master.
I mean, the rule of three is based on the rule of odds. So basically 1, 3, 5 is good. So you have 3 benches, one subject in the center. The center would be nice. I'm still shooting in like cloudy white balance, so everything looks nice and warm, which works well with the autumn colors.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
So, second is the confidence boost you get, and I think that this part often goes unnoticed, I feel. When you go on a photo trip and come back with images you're proud of, something shifts in your head. You feel more legitimate, less like an imposter, you have stories to tell, experiences to share, and posting about them online, for example, doesn't feel awkward anymore because now you have something to say. You might even feel more confident pitching yourself to client if it's something that you do or plan on doing, because you have been out there making work that you believe in. And before moving on, if you need to send your photos or videos to a client, to a collaborator, or even your friends, PicDrop might be the best solution to do so. PicDrop is an online platform designed for photographers by photographers where you can share, present, and deliver photos in a clean and professional way. You can create beautiful galleries, control exactly who can see or download your images, and even get feedback directly on the pictures, so no messy email chains. I've been using it recently and it's super intuitive. If you are used to a photo editor and library like Lightroom, you will get a hang on PicDrop in seconds. I recently worked on the documentary capturing B-roll clips of Hiroshima, so yes, you can also share videos, and it was so simple. The gallery is filled with my select that can be reviewed, commented on, flagged, and of course downloaded by my peers on the other side of the world. I love that you can collaborate on the culling aspect of the process, making the communication and revision much faster. So whether you're working with clients, collaborators, or just sharing a project with friends, PicDrops makes the process fast, organized, and stress-free. I leave a link in the description so you can try it out for 2 months for free. I'll wait for Scott to take the shot and I'll take mine, but here I like the Suzuki little garage thing, obviously. And where I stand now, there's not too much overlapping, good balance. Straight on. I love these like half-size bending machine with the nice plants right next to it. And the third benefit you get from going on a photography trip is that you learn real lessons about yourself as a photographer. A photo trip teaches you things that you don't learn from the books or the YouTube videos just like mine. You can test and analyze what worked, what didn't, what focal lengths felt natural to you, which situation suits you more, the frantic energy of a big city or the calmness of the countryside. All of this becomes fuel for your next project and your photography as a whole going forward. And actually on this trip I realized something funny. For me, a zoom lens created even more FOMO than it solved. I thought that I was going to be more versatile, but in reality I started being a bit overwhelmed because every spot felt like it had shots to be taken at 28, 50 or 70mm. It just made me overthink and move way slower. I think when you go on a trip with just a prime, which I did a few times in the past, you accept the limitation. You commit to it, you move your feet, you make faster decisions. Sometimes it means skipping a spot because you can't shoot it with the focal length you have, and that's okay. But weirdly enough, you often find better shots. So you should not have FOMO, fear of missing out. You should be happy to move forward and actually closer to the next shot that could be a better one. So that's why after this trip I feel like putting the zoom away for a while and going back to my trusty 35mm. I quite like what we have here with the building here catching the light on this face. We have the mountains in the background with nice colors, a bit of green and still some orange on it. The car, that little storage thing, pretty cool, and I think I will shoot it at 28mm. And that's the thing, when you're into photography you can stop at the most random place, shoot for an hour or so. Well, if you're just being a tourist, you have to jump from an exciting location to another exciting location.
Exactly, ticking the boxes, right?
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah.
So, what I'm trying to do today, I'm still shooting on the zoom lens, but I try to stay around 35-40mm, around that range, and do as much as possible in this range, and then only jump into 70 or 28 when I really need the wide or the tight shot. But forcing myself to shoot with this prime lens mindset and looking for the right position, the right angle to perfect the composition instead of just like zooming in and out. This is somewhere you can get rice, it seems.
Rice
but I'm not sure it's still working, but
look at the light.
Yeah, it's nice. I love the texture and the colors on this wall here with the little patterns. It's pretty worn out, while on the other side you have this other building. It's not brand new, but it's all well maintained. Nice contrast. Pretty nice. Let's take a photo of the monster of a car we have, surrounded by some like brownish warm tones with some orange leaves. Looks pretty cool. Maybe vertical would be a first vertical on film. Oh, but I'm not sure. Let's shoot this one horizontal still.
Konnichiwa.
And last but not least, momentum. the hidden benefits. So all of this in the end creates something that is even more important: momentum. When you come home from a good photo trip, you want to shoot more, you want to edit, you want to share, to print maybe even. You might even see photography become part of your everyday life again, shooting a bit more locally. And this trip did that for me. It reignited something. And honestly, that's worth way more than any piece of gear I could buy this year, because looking at my stuff now, I think I will just go back to the A7C II with the Zeiss 35mm pancake lens, a setup that I've been rocking for a bunch of time now. I know it's often much easier to go online and use a bit of your savings to get a new shiny piece of gear delivered to you as you sit at your desk, and I think it is definitely easier than carving some time and taking a few days to go on a photo trip. But if you can, I hope that this video will push you to go more for the second option, because it might just be the best photography investment you can make. To be a quite important shrine. Already forgot the name, sorry for that. But it's the big stuff. This just looks so nice. The leaves, like beautiful yellow and red, orange. Now I'm just waiting for someone to walk here into that path to fill up the frame. Could look nice. Don't know if I'm right. I read this like Sambon Sugi, or might be not like Sugi, but it says that there's 3 of these like nice trees. So again, rule of 3. With the building on the left side. Looks pretty cool, so I will frame that probably vertically, because I want to get as much as possible of that nice vertical lines from the trees. So yeah, let's frame that. Man, this place is so nice.
Beautiful, man.
But it's good, it's not packed at all.
No.
Like, there's a few people, but not too much. Bit of patience, you can get clean shots.
Yeah, wait it out, that's it.
Playing with a bit of a foreground here with the tree on the left side. Actually, it is also to cover like this little pole in the middle of the bushes, and it makes just the composition quite tight and tucked in together, which I like. I think I was at 35mm, at least to my eyes. It looked pretty good, so let's see in the computer. The first frame I just got with the Sony is the perfect like in-between moments I've been planning on shooting on film, so I'll grab the film camera that I left in the car. I just hope that the focus will do a good job. Let's get a bit closer. Try to focus on the mountain in the background. Reframe. And boom. So we just come to the place where it's supposed to have a nice alley full of like these yellow ginkgo trees, except that they are not really yellow yet. but the light is so good. You have the mountains in the background, so there's plenty of photos to take here. So we'll have a walk around. Probably already shot some photos that I showed in the video, but yeah, so nice. Living here for like almost 4 years, and this is a side of Japan that I haven't really explored yet. A bit more mountains, sharp, like mountains, like going from the valley up the mountains with this sharp contrast. This looks so nice.
Morning of day 4. We're about to get breakfast at 6:30 and take off to Tsumagojuku and Magomejuku, which are two villages like in this kind of really old kind of villages by the mountains. It's pretty touristy. It's Saturday morning, so we want to get there pretty early to have a nice morning light, and that will probably wrap up this nice trip.
How's the bankrupt somewhere?
It's a bit of a compressed shot. Compression or not? Maybe not. Right. So first stop of the day is Magomejuku, and it's like 8:15. Light is crisp, but still nicely angled, so should create some nice lighting situation, a bit of dynamic scenes, and we'll see what this little village has to offer. But the exposure on this is so hard.
It's hard with the highlights and the,
Yeah.
and the shadow.
So, just wait. Sorry. Ah. I like this shot at 35mm. The only problem I have is that this little shadow, this triangle is creeping in the frame from the right side, but there's just nothing much I can do, so yeah, that's a compromise you have to do. I love the little backstories of these touristy spots, just like this parking lot we are currently at, just about to go in the car and move to the next spot. But here is a nice shot, I believe. With this thing in the middle, don't know exactly what it is, but then you have rows of cars on both sides, creating leading line repetition with a nice light coming from the side, but from the back a bit. Quite dynamic, bringing up all these colors. You have the layers in the background with the mountains. Yeah, it's a pretty cool shot. Works well at a wide focal length. 35, even 28 could work well. So yeah, let me make sure I got the shot instead of just talking to the camera.